All right, hey everyone, Mystic Magic here again. Looks like there was a little bit of an update. I wasn't here the last couple of days. I was just doing my daily super quick, but I didn't actually have time to check to see what was going on with the event. But looks like there was a little bit of an update here, which is super cool. I think it has something to do with that thing that was removed. But let's take a look here. So, urgent message to all. Okay, I'm just gonna skim it. Let's see. King Altador and Queen Fiora are summoning delegates of every land and province to the Hall of Heroes in hopes of forming an elite council. Okay, da 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 da. If you're able to attend your presence humbly, but yeah, I can't read that right now. Anyways, I think this has to do with like I mentioned, Jelly did mention that, what is it? There was a thing that was supposed to be of hearing, something about the gathering of everybody. And I guess it was I guess it was released early or something, or glitched out, but here it finally is. I like the little seal of, I guess, Altador in the corner here, because with the sun and all. So that's what's going on. Okay, and we have a new thing now, so let's take a look at that. Checking on the bottom, see if there's anything. Okay, so it's just the note here. Oh, there's actually 3 pages. Okay, so I wasn't here the last few days, so I didn't see the pages. So are they releasing the pages once a day? Okay. Okay. Oh, and sorry for the pause. I had to edit that. there was a noise in the background. Okay. So yeah. So they did add a second page. So here is the king, Kickscarl, right? Realizing that he's gray, and then he's trying to remove it from himself at the what is it? What is it? Oh my gosh, rainbow pool. And that's so funny. You can see all the paintbrushes he's trying to use, even the pet paintbrush, because he's normally blue, so he's probably using all of those. And then now he gave up and he's trying to bathe himself, and they're all just kind of concerned. Oh, the poor Mortog too. So it's even affecting the pet. So that's actually confirming that. That's really nice little detail there. Yeah. So it's not working. So they can't even get that fixed. So and actually, oh cool, we can item gray oil sheen rainbow fountain background. That's cool. So these are actually, so we're getting items every page, which is pretty cool. I just wasn't expecting it to update it like once a day, like kind of thing. So these are actually chapters and there's more pages. I was concerned there were only, like I mentioned in the previous video, that there were only 21 pages, but no, it turns out there's more. And they're actually going between comic and like other things too. So now we're getting this message here, which it seems like, I guess this was released too early on day one. So people were getting it, but not, it wasn't saving. But turns out this is actually what it was supposed to do. So that makes sense. Okay, so let's go to the home page. Let's see if there's anything new here. Nope. So this is confirmed, pretty much confirmed. I think this is the Hall of Heroes. It's just interesting. Again, they're using the map from Altador Cup. Okay. Let's see. Okay, cool. Ride of Color. Marital Grayed Out. Okay, so that's actually chapter 1. That's super cool. So that's from the 17th. That's today. That's this week. Let's see. We are now on Friday, the 21st. So it seems like they only updated it. What is it? 3 times this week. So we got 3 updates. Let's check out the. Oh, this is Neopets. Whoops. I was gonna check the rewards. Okay, so let's see. Nothing here, so we didn't get any of those. We got this. We now have 3 points because we did 3 different things. So we actually are getting the points, which is super, super cool. Okay, so that's awesome. So that's actually, so it looks like I'm going to be checking it every day-ish or so, just to make sure that it is, see whether or not it's updating. I'm going to check to see if there's anything on social media real quick here. Nope, I'm not really seeing much for the plot itself. It's just TCG stuff, among other things. Yeah, so far that's all we've got. I was originally going to look up. Let's see if we can actually look up some of these right now. So, in the last video, I was talking about some of the, some of the potential characters that could appear just based on this. So kind of I kind of wanted to look up some of the ones that are a little bit more obscure. And I was going to make a 1.5 kind of video, but I didn't realize that there was actually going to be an update. So that actually confirms it. They're going to do updates throughout the week. So most likely, weekend, they're not going to post anything. They rarely post on the weekends. Yeah, they never do updates on the weekends. Unless they surprise us. That would be really interesting if they did. But we have, basically just don't have. We're probably not going to get an update over the weekend. Okay, so looking at some of these. So these pretty much, so the needles are new pets. Let's see if the fuzz tick is. Yeah, fuzz tick is new. Okay, let's see if the other ones. Wormo and Triclopstar. I'm pretty sure Triclopstar is. I don't recognize that. Wormo, let's see. Okay, I have them on another tab. Let's see. And yep. So they're both, all of these are new pets. Okay, so they're brand new. Okay, so it's interesting that they're all spacey themed. And I wonder has anything to do with the pet that was given out to us during the Neg Festival event. So I wonder if like these guys have anything to do with that. But that pet looks very different. It looks very Moltara-esque. It's like a little lizard. It's really cute. These are more spacey, so I don't know. It could be something to do with that. So giant space fungus. Let's see. That's from the game. So I don't know. That's gonna be interesting if that shows up. Let's see if there's any other characters that were. There were a few that I feel like. Space Ace Zarafa is like a character that shows up sometimes in the promo info. So there's not a ton of lore on this character, so I don't know. Let's see if they actually appear. Let's see, anyone else? I feel like a few. Darrigan. Man, I feel like there was some that I was like, I'm not 100% sure in these characters, but I don't know if the Oris tier was anything. Okay, so I did, I had to pause the video for a sec, edit it in right there. Pause the recording. So yeah, I did just a quick search up, and basically this is what pops up for it. It's a whole story. So the Oris actually an Eerie. So this is the story. If you want to just pause and read it, this is in the Neopedia. So that's part of it. I don't know. I feel like this is probably just one of the cool battle items because we haven't gotten this item in a really long time. Same thing with these. Like any of the named weapons are basically just like the little snippets of lore. There's not really like a ton for them. I kind of doubt that they'll show up. So yeah. Either ways, the latest update doesn't give us an item. It was just the fact that I missed the other day's update. But that explains why pretty much all the monarchs are in this price shop. Yeah. So it's because of that message. Okay. There are very few non ones. The one that's the most interesting to me is, let me see if I can find it. Tavi. Because Tavi is related to the Grey Fairy directly, according to that story in the Neopedia. So this character, I feel like, may show up. It would be really interesting if that character showed up because this is such an old lore bit. So yeah, it's just such really old lore to have this character. Like you can even tell the artwork for Tavi is like the old artwork. If you look it up on the Neopedia, actually let's see if I can look it up. It's under the Grey Fairy entry, so if you look up that, it's just loading really slow. Come on. Suggested it's 5,000 new points. Yeah, right. It's way more than that if you look it up. Here you go. So Grey Fairies info here. Oh, you can see my pet's name, but whatever. Okay, so yep, here's the Grey Fairy, and you can see the information for Tavi right here. Okay, you can look it up yourself if you want to. Anyways, so that is what we have so far. And Landrobot, that's also another really odd one. Like these two are just kind of like I can see this character, but he's really weird. He's just there. So I guess the cool part of this is the number of characters that are connected here. Let's see. I just jumped over to a page here. Sorry for the transition. The last time we got like all of them all together. Let me go and sort by year. Let's see. These are all the early ones. Scroll down. would have been Desert Diplomacy, actually. The last time we got like all of the royals together. Notably, the Shinku nobles aren't, like, the Shinku characters aren't here. But Shinku is kind of there because of what is it? Blah blah blah. Alter Cup. The Alter Cup stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is the last time they actually had them all together, which is kind of cool. We actually have artwork of them all together like that. It wasn't really much of a plot. It was more just a who done it sort of thing. And then you had to figure out like who done it. Right? And it was like this whole thing. Um so yeah. This is that was the last time I got them all together. So it's cool to see them all again together after this event. So I don't know if they may or may not reference it. I'm expecting them to reference Fairy's Ruin and Wraith Resurgence. Like these two are probably the ones that are going to be referenced. I'm using Jelly Neo just because it's the format's a little bit easier to see. It's on their Book of Ages. If you want any recaps of those plots, they have it restored here. These two, these are probably unrelated. Now, I mean, like he showed up. He's in the prize shop, so I don't know. So who knows if he's gonna be there? It's just because his whole thing was just to start a whole daily. He's not even a daily. It's like an activity of sorts. I love his design though. He's so cool. Or the obelisk, I doubt is going to show up. Yeah. These two are probably just not even going to show up. These two are just related to a redesign and an event. Versus Fairy's Ruin and Wraith Resurgence actually have some relation to the whole fairy stuff that's going on. Okay. We're actually seeing some references to some of the stuff, I feel, like just in the design. Anyways, so pretty excited so far. Interesting. I guess the last thing I want to mention is that there's not a lot of text in these comics. Like these comics are very like there's not a ton of text. You know, the designs are really interesting. You know, like I think they're very cartoony. It's really like animated looking, which is really cute. Like the backgrounds, whoever did the backgrounds for these, gorgeous. Like these are fantastic backgrounds. You know, like I think the backgrounds are just shining through. They're very different from the previous plot. Yeah, the artwork is different. I was trying to pull up Wraith Resurgence for a second there. That's why it froze. It's when I jump over. It freezes like that. Yeah, I tried to get the Wraith Resurgence stuff, but Wraith Resurgence isn't working because of the death of Flash. It's really annoying. I hope Jelly Deal with Book of Ages is going to restore it. There's a way to do it. You basically grab the files and then you pull up a HTML like program to help you read it. It's pretty cool. I know they fixed it all the way up to, I don't know if they fixed it up to Atlas, but I know Return of Dr. Sloth is complete, so that one's good. And then I don't know if Atlas is up yet. But I know Fairy's Ruin isn't. Wraith Resurgence though, it should still be up because Wraith Resurgence is newer. Oh my gosh, I just here we go. It just like this is what we got with Wraith Resurgence. It was just like text boxes like this. It was not great. You know, it was just so look at that. Yeah, it's just so even with like, so these were just the puzzles. Yeah. Man, it's just the images are loading so slow too. Even with like, these are just the puzzles. Yeah, see, like even, like that's how we were reading it. You literally were just reading text boxes, you know, versus like this, where we have a full comic that is exactly the way it used to be, complete with like you hover it over and then pops up all of the little text boxes. The only thing I find interesting is that there's not a ton of text in these so far. So far, it's just been like pantomime. The characters are just pantomiming to each other. You know. Also, these pages are really small compared to like previous pages of them. So let me go ahead and try to go back to Book of Ages real quick here, just so you all can kind of see. Those of you who aren't familiar with the plots, I'll just grab Dr. Sloth because I know this one's working. Let's go down to the remastered story, which is the only thing that's working. Um, like basically each, like they're just much longer. You know, you can see with the detail with this one. The artwork is also very different. You know, um, this was kind of I would say Dr. Sloth. That's the last plot, like at the peak of Neopets, it's like the Neopets renaissance in a way. It's like or like peak. You know, Neopets was like this is what was going on. Like they had so many incredible artists, and that's a one whole chapter. Like that's how many pages we would get per update. Versus in here, Void Within, we're getting 1 page per day, and they're only like this much. 1 page looks like 2 pages, maybe 3 pages per week. Okay, which I guess it would multiply 21 times 3. At the minimum, we would get like 63 pages, which is really impressive, like to have that much. And I'm pretty sure in between they might even add stuff. I wonder if they would add video, which video only showed up with certain comics. Like Dr. Sloth, I don't think ever had it, but some of the other ones did. So let me look up. Like Meridol. The Meridol plots had video, had actually animation. Champions is all animation. You know, so it's all flash animation, which is super cool. Like these two are very unique in that way. And I'm almost certain that if the theory is right and Darkest Fairy is involved, we are gonna get references to these two potentially. We already get it with Jared and Leisha just appearing in the comic. But if Darkest Fairy is involved, then yeah, these two are also semi-involved because these actually go chronologically. Yeah. Also, the comics, all of them in combination with each other, confirmed. Yes, this is they're canonically chronological with each other. So if you're wondering, is there a timeline? Yeah, this is the timeline. It's pretty simple. It's just the release dates. They don't really do any weird flashback sequences or anything like that with the plots. If they do, it's very self-contained, and it's like, oh, okay, it's only because the backstory of this one character or something. Yeah, so there's no crazy plot line. The only thing that we don't really understand is the connection between, like Meridel with Neopets Central, which was kind of explored in Champions, and some of the other plots like Volcano, Green Jelly, Tyranian Invasion, like these plots. But those were more just to introduce the lands in the first place, like Curse on Maraqua, all of that stuff. It was just to introduce these new areas. We didn't really have a connection between Neopets Central and Meridel and some of the others because it's weird. If you think about it, Neopets Central is in the present time versus Meridel being in the past, being like medieval fantasy, which isn't medieval, but whatever. You get the idea. The only time we got it was from Champions, and Champions seem to imply that it's time travel. Like it actually is time travel, and if I would highly recommend if you never checked out this one, do check it out. Jelly New has it preserved here, which is fantastic. But yeah, it's technically in the past, and it's even crazier when you think about that. Darkest Fairy confirms that Altador is even more in the past than Meridol, so which makes sense because Altador is based on Greek Roman, so Greco-Roman. I'm pretty sure, you know, they're similar. Anyways, they yeah, so Altador is technically even further back, but that's because Altador was in a time bubble. Yeah, that's the only time the timeline's a little weird, but these plots are in chronological. Okay, so don't worry about that. And then I guess Lost Desert's happening at the same time. I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, this plot might be confirming that, especially this page here, confirms that Neopets Central is just part of it too. I don't know. I guess they're not even gonna explain it. It's just gonna be like, oh, it's a thing. That's cool. Which is kind of interesting. And it does confirm why Altador Cup is the way it is. Although it does give you the question, why doesn't Neopets Central have a team? I don't know. And how does that explain us, the player? But whatever. Anyways, I'm just rambling on. That's so far the current update with Void Within. So most likely I'll see you all next week for the next video where we're going to talk about maybe, hopefully, the next chapter. I'm really excited, so let's see what's going to happen. All right, thank you guys all for watching, and see you guys next time.